the night is quiet and shadows fall, I'll be beside you whenever you call. When worries weigh heavy and fears take flight, I'll be your strength, guiding through the night. And when the days are dark and heavy on your heart, I'll be the voice to guide you through the dim. Strong walls may crumble, but within you've got the spark. Just turn the key, let light dissolve the grim. Did you think you were alone in your feelings? Strike a match, let your inner strength be seen. Welcome to all things serious. In the depths of your despair, where demons roam, I'll be the hand to hold. You're never alone. When storms rage fierce and winds blow strong, I'll be the shelter in your soul where you belong. Welcome to all things serious.
Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I'm working on a new logo soon. Somebody used my logo the other day on one of their live streams. The only thing it didn't say on it was all things serious. So I'm waiting. Only time will tell, right? I will have a new logo exclusively for all things serious. Nobody else will be able to copy and paste it. None of that. Nope. Funky Jasunky, how you doing, brother? What are you up to? Miranda leaves in the ER with her daughter. Please say a prayer for her. My phone is nearly dead and I have the sound off. I know this is a supportive group. Well, you heard it. You heard it here. Have Miranda Lee's daughter in your prayers, please. Kathy's in the house. Sammy G. Sweet and Sleuthy. Connie Corso's mom. Willow. Oh, Funky Jasunky's getting ready to fall asleep. All right, buddy. You have a good night. So, welcome in, Regina and friends. Crime Chat, how you doing? It's dark over here. See, I'll cam up. It's dark over here. So, my light bulb blew, so I have to get a new one tomorrow. Won't you ever come up on panel, Funky? Jason? Won't you ever come up on panel and hang out? You should one time. Just come up on panel and have a conversation. What's everybody up to? What's everybody up to? Because we would have to deal with, okay. All right, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. You will eventually come when the office gets squared away. I'm waiting to see if Emilio comes in. Kathy is snacking. Okay. Snacking away. If you build it, they will come. So I will not be live tomorrow night. I got to be up early on Thursday. So I will be skipping tomorrow night for those of you who are normally here. Yes, my appointment Thursday is for my ankle, and I want to be well rested for that appointment. Waiting for my other friends to come in. There's people lurking in the background, but nobody's chatting. At least hit the like button while you're here. So, my friend Jenna, I talked to her about a new logo. So we're going to see what happens when she has time. I don't like rushing anybody. But I talked to her about designing me a logo that has mental health tied into it with all things serious, but won't be taken and used by somebody else. Well, they have to do an MRI, and if the MRI comes back with problems, they're going to have to do surgery. The Mod Boss is here. Willow has entered the chat. Hey, Willow. Copy. Paste. You're more than welcome to come up and say hi. So is me. Good morning. Sorry, I am not a what? Jasunki? Huh? Mama Bear of 3, how are you doing? I hope you're well. I'm not a surgeon, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn. Oh, you're hilarious, Jasunki. You're hilarious. That is a good one. That is a good one. So, what is everybody up to? Okay. All right. Let me get some lighting on this situation so I can cam up. I got to adjust the lighting. Give me just a second. Let me pull my. All right, here we go. Barbarossa, how you doing? I don't mean to be so loud. Sorry. Get excited. How about them Cowboys? Get excited when I see my friends come in the chat. So, yeah, dude. Criminal Med. Barbarossa. So I like the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. We call them the Cowgirls. Nana's Dragonfly. You got work today, later today? Low 12. Peace. Yeah, I'm a little rested. I got some rest. That's okay. I still love you guys, even though my team sucks. I still love you guys. That's all right. At least we can agree to disagree on some things, you know. But I still think my baseball team is the best team in baseball, though. Okay, this team right here, bratty little me. Yep. Nana Dragonfly is like the Arizona Cardinals, the Yankees. Jasunki must be from Chicago. Jasunki must be from Chicago. Joan Kelly. Oh, you're from Kentucky. You're from Kentucky. I thought you would have been like how do I say it? A fan of the Carolina Panthers or something. At least me and Barbarossa can agree on something. At least, yeah, we're talking about sports. We're talking about sports, teams. You guys are getting to know a little bit about me. I'm a sports fan. I used to play sports. I don't really watch it. I prefer to play it. But when I do watch it, I got my favorite teams. Banana Fresh. I know where you're from, Banana. I know who your baseball team is. Nana's Dragonfly is getting ready to come up here and give me a hard time about my baseball team.
Yeah, you said the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, that's your team, right?
No, you're
Oh,
talking baseball.
okay, St. Louis.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
yeah, mine is the New York Yankees.
No, it's okay. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. So
Yeah,
once a fan, always a fan.
yeah.
It's just the way it goes. Yeah, I do have to work tomorrow at 2:30, but I'm good.
Yep.
I hate
So
I'm retired and I still have to work. Oh, it's not fun.
let me look it up.
What are you looking up?
Hey, rapper, can you send me the link in Discord so I can drop it? Regina.
Hey, Regina.
Well, hello.
What's your baseball team, girl?
Well, y'all don't hate me. If I'm going with the team, I have to go with my sister's team on this one, which is the St. Louis Cardinals.
Woohoo!
But I don't really watch much baseball. But if y'all
Oh,
want to talk about some football,
no.
how about them
And then the
Cowboys?
Dragonfly was like, real quick. She's like, no,
No, no,
No.
no.
Barbosa.
I don't watch
Good to see
football,
you
but I
guys.
am a big baseball fan. I don't understand football. I understand baseball because I was raised with it, you know.
Look, my brother-in-law is a real chill kind of guy, and the only time I've ever seen him mad is when he's watching baseball.
You know, Eddie, when you said the Arizona Cardinals, they used to be St. Louis years back.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they were. But they left us, went to Arizona, and then they
Yep.
took on the Rams. I mean, I do know football, but I just don't watch it. Ever since all that controversy went along, I just quit watching it. And thank goodness baseball didn't
Okay.
do it because I can watch baseball and be happy. I love it though. Regina, I love you. I miss you. You're going to have a live tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a live tomorrow. I'm actually working on something huge, a cold case, with a detective, and I
Oh,
had to go today because there was an interview done, and I was part of that interview, and it's a cold case, and hopefully y'all pray, pray, um, pray about it. But a little girl that was kidnapped years ago. The case we're on to something here. Let's just leave it at that. Hopefully we can bring her home.
awesome. Awesome.
So I can't talk about it because like literally the detective is going to interrogate one of the people tomorrow. So I can't talk
Hmm.
about it, but
No, it's
um
okay.
because I mean like it's literally, you know, active investigation again now. And but just pray that bring the little girl home. I guess I can say the name of the case and it wouldn't be a big deal. um Gina Brooks, the Gina Brooks case.
I have heard of that. Yeah.
Yep, it has to do with her. So
Eddie, we lost your picture. What happened to you? You went offline.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
You should see my avatar now, my sexy avatar.
I like it.
Yeah, I got to shave again so I can look like that again.
I know. I look younger. I need to put a new picture up here because I have gray hair now. I need to put a new picture out there.
hopefully everything that I'm working on pans out with this case.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I want to bring this little girl home. I want her to have the proper burial that she deserves and not be where she allegedly is right now. Um, but whenever everything comes to fruition, it's going to be easy to understand why this case wasn't solved.
It's
Like,
okay, Regina. If you can bring one girl home, we're working on it because we need to
yeah,
bring all of them home. You know?
amen, amen,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm real. I got to see a person that I've known a long time in a different light today in an interview, and it blew my mind, but it was in a good way, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Involving this case, and actually, I'm glad I started the channel because if I hadn't started the channel, this like never would have come about any of this.
That's awesome.
And this is what I want to be able to do with my channel. Like Eddie helps people with mental health and stuff. I want to be able to help people find their loved ones and find out the truth because knowledge is power. and it's one of the greatest gifts we can share with each other. So,
Absolutely. There's so
So
many
they're
people
asking what
out there.
time your stream is.
well, hopefully we'll be live between 5 and 5:30. I think I'm going to set the stream up for 5:30. It all depends on what time. Now, tomorrow on my live, I'm not going to be talking about this case because I can't yet, because it's literally like under investigation. You know what I mean? Like open investigation now and everything. But what we're going to be talking about tomorrow is we're going to be talking about some other cases. And I'd like to discuss the Sebastian Rogers case a little bit and discuss some legal aspects about it, what's going on in the case, and stuff like that. And I'd like to go over Susan Morphew, and I would like to touch bases on a couple of other cases. But like the case that I'm working on right now, the cold case that I'm literally in the middle of helping, with this and stuff. I can't talk about it yet until, at least until like they get the search warrant and search and stuff and everything.
Right.
So
I understand.
thank you, Kathy. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Eddie, I loved your live today. It was wonderful, as always.
Yeah, it was something that it was something that I normally thought I covered, and I didn't cover completely all of it. And then I had a guest come up on panel, which
She,
helped me a little
yeah,
bit,
she
and
had
she was
a
amazing.
serious issue, and yes, that was great. I loved
Yes.
listening to that. Hmm.
I think this channel is breaking a lot of people's fears of coming up on panel. So.
I never had a fear of coming up on panel.
Well, no, I didn't think you did because you're
No,
always up on
I just
previews.
hope people understand that when you get up here, you just speak what's on your mind, and you just say
Yes.
what it is. I just
Yep.
have to say, there's one thing that keyed me into your channel today: the smell. The
The
smell
what?
of the smell of your PTS.
Oh,
When I smell, what is it?
oh, okay. When you talk about the smell, the image,
Yeah,
an item,
yeah,
can be triggering. Yes.
absolutely. Because I was
That.
essayed in that smell.
Yep.
You can smell that smell. Oh, that's a song.
It's-
Ooh, that smell.
Ooh, that smell.
But no, and I'm good with it. I mean, I'm good with it.
yeah.
But that smell does bring up PTSD.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. There's a voice, a sound, which is crazy. Like it could be a certain song you can hear that's triggering.
It can be a certain situation,
Yep.
like a common activity that other people feel is common and wouldn't even bother them. Whenever you're in that situation, you become overwhelmed when your PTSD is triggered in it.
Sweet and sleuthy.
I haven't got to watch the live from today,
Oh, it was wonderful.
so yeah,
Eddie
I have
always
to go
has a
back and
wonderful
watch it.
life. I hate I miss it all the time because I'm working, but I try to catch it as soon as I can. And I was
Thank you.
glad I caught you live.
I try to sometimes I think what I'm gonna have to do is like take at least a day or two off during the week, not
Mhm.
back to back,
Mhm.
but during the week so I don't drain myself with nothing to talk about.
Right.
I think that's a good idea, but also, Eddie, to give yourself time to like just be prepared for whatever gets thrown at you, because There's a lot I've noticed in your chat streams a lot. There's a lot of different mental illnesses that come up. You know what I'm saying? And uh, I think that I have. By the way, I have a whole medical book on psychology. I need to send you in a PDF. Um, it's really good. You should give it a read.
That would be good for you, Eddie.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And the thing you're talking about with the serial killers getting into the mentality of them and stuff, Kill has a book for you. And I have another book for you on that.
Okay.
And it's written on the most prolific serial killers from around the world. You want to get into the family dynamics and stuff, and maybe did they have triggers or they didn't have triggers, nature versus nurture. And I think it is the perfect book for you.
Yep.
So I'm gonna send that to you. And but I think that a lot of times there's so many different things going on because you do talk about different levels of mental illness. You know what I'm saying? And different
Yep.
kinds of mental illness. I think that it would be good if I could send that kind of stuff to you and you have that on hand whenever you're
That's
dealing with
fine.
any kind of situation.
You know, I didn't know that there was 5 different types of PTSD. I thought there was like 3. I didn't know there was 5.
No,
So I
there's
learned
more
that
than 5.
today.
I mean,
No, there's only there's 5 types.
I didn't catch the beginning, so tell me those 4 types.
The
There
5
are 5
types.
types.
Give me just a second. Give me just a second.
Sorry to bring you back to it, but I didn't catch the beginning
So
because
you
I was
got
working.
type 1, which is normal stress response. You got type 2, which is acute stress disorder. Type 3, uncomplicated PTSD. Type 4, complex PTSD. And type 5, comorbid PTSD.
Yep.
So
Wow.
I didn't know. I thought there was like 2 or 3 because I've heard of complex PTSD. I've heard of PTSD, and then the acute stress disorder, and then I've heard of comorbid. I've never heard of uncomplex. So, like the first one, type 1 is easy to recover from. Type 2 and the rest is a different story. You have to go to therapy and possibly medication, and the comorbid and the complex and the uncomplex PTSD can be tied to other mental health issues like depression and bipolar or anxiety or other types of mental health.
Yep.
So, and I didn't know that anxiety and OCD were in the same
Category.
category. Yes.
hmm
I didn't
I
know
have
that.
I have PTSD and OCD. I've been diagnosed with both. But my therapist told me, or my psychiatrist told me, that the kind of PTSD I had, that I've dealt with it, I guess, and that I had normal reactions to it.
So
So,
you have probably type 2 acute,
yeah, yeah.
you
And I
know,
mean, yeah,
which is easier to cope with.
yep. I've
Nothing's
been
ever
told
easy.
nothing is
Nothing's ever
ever
easy.
easy.
It's never easy. That's correct, Criminal Med. And I didn't mean it that way. When you talk about type 1 PTSD, they say it's easier to recover from.
Yep.
But right, Cindy Rose, what is easy considered? You're right.
You know, I've always had a saying: nothing is ever easy, but it does get better.
Over time.
Yep.
And
Yes.
see,
For most of us.
I never had therapy
For
at
most of
all.
us, but there's also the severe forms of PTSD that are almost impossible to overcome because
Yeah.
the situation is so traumatic that you've experienced the trauma, you keep reliving it, and that,
That is the uh it's between type 3 and type 5 where you relive the trauma. It's flashbacks.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't that's PS or PTS? How do you say
yeah,
that?
PTSD. Yes.
That's the
Yes.
flashbacks.
Yes, that's part
Yeah.
of the post-traumatic stress
Yeah.
disorder.
Yeah. Yep.
Would therapy get over that?
Therapy can help, but the more severe forms of PTSD that are so severe that they interfere with your daily life usually require some type of medication to treat the symptoms of it, and very advanced therapy.
I will tell you. Give me just a second. I did it earlier today. Okay. Let me get to the types and what they mean. Okay. Give me just a second. Oh, this ain't it.
It's okay, Eddie. I want to say something about that while you're looking at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want me to bring up a religion, but I believe in God.
That's understandable.
And my person that brings me this, that essayed me, he passed away. And I know he went to hell. And as soon as he passed away, all my fears and everything subsided. And I never got therapy for it. But when that happened, it all went away. I do have some flashbacks every once in a while, and that's normal. But I have to say that happening made me feel,
You had your closure.
yeah, it was closure. You're right. Thank you, Eddie. That's a good way to put it. It was
Yeah,
closure.
you had closure. Yeah, I didn't. I don't remember the person who did it to me.
See, I knew it was a family member.
Yeah,
And
so I never got closure.
Yep.
So I dealt with it for years, and I still have flashbacks. That's why I take the medication I take and seek the therapy I seek.
mhm.
My
guess-
flashbacks always came in the form of dreams. I've never had waking flashbacks, like I can recall everything. Like I've never been able to forget anything, if that makes sense. I've never been able to forget it. But I would have nightmares, wake up sweating, screaming nightmares. And my parents took me to a psychiatrist, and through therapy with my family, found out that they weren't nightmares. It was actually things that I had what's it
Went
called?
through.
I went through them, but I had what's it called where you block it and then it resurfaces in another way? Suppressed.
Yes,
I had suppressed it.
that's another
And
thing called Pandora's box. You tried to lock it away and forget about it, and it got reopened.
yeah, and through dreams and stuff, and my memories would come out through my dreams. And,
I would have flashbacks being awake.
see, I've never experienced that.
Yeah,
It was different for me.
No, I have
Um,
those. I still have those. You know, you
yeah.
do, because when something triggers it, you have those flashbacks. Yeah.
It's like you're daydreaming. Criminal Med, you're correct. Daydreaming a flashback are the worst. You'll be sitting there and you'll be wide awake, and you know how you won't be sleeping, you'll be awake, but you'll be stuck in a trance,
Mhm.
and you'll be off like in fantasy land while you're wide awake, just daydreaming. Well, that used to happen to me. Is I would just be sitting there, and then all of a sudden I would be reliving the whole situation.
Mhm.
That was
It's
Sometimes I
different.
still wonder if I should still have therapy, because those do happen a lot. You
going to
know.
get you emotional.
But as 67, I wonder, okay, I can live it. I can do it. You know,
There's nothing wrong with going to therapy at 67.
There's
It could
nothing
help.
going. There's nothing wrong with therapy at any age.
Nope. Especially if it makes your day better.
I just wish my
Yes.
parents would have done it when I was 10. You know,
Yeah.
Me too.
they talked to the priest. The priest said brush it under the rug, and that's what they did. You know, and it wasn't just
Yep.
me; it was other family members too. You know, it
That's
just
why I am in a firm believer in leaving clergy, and doctors. You can't go to your pastor for your mental health. I mean, you can
Yeah.
go to them for your spiritual health, and that might help your mental health, but you can't go to your pastor for your trauma and expect it all to be going away. You just
I
Nope.
can't.
agree with you, Regina. I agree with you 100%
Yep.
because they just tell you your family's going to be shamed, so just brush it under the rug, let it go. You
Right.
know?
And what they don't understand is that some of the traumas we experience are so evil that we can't get past that. Like it's so dark what happens to us sometimes that you can sit there and tell us to give it to Jesus all you want to. And we can sit there and tell it to Jesus all we want to. But we're human beings and we need some kind of closure in it, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. And I
That's the
don't feel
reason
like
why. That's the reason why I don't talk about religion.
No, I'm
And
not talking about it.
I
I'm not
know
talking about it.
yeah,
I'm
it's
just
I'm
saying.
sorry. I'm not trying
when
to
it comes to mental health, that's the reason why I don't talk about it. I agree with what you're saying,
Hmm.
but that's the reason why I don't talk about it, because they say leave it in this, like they say leave it in the higher power's hands, which it sounds all good. It does. It sounds beautiful. I wish it was that easy,
Hmm.
but it's
see.
not.
I believe in the real higher power, and I believe that God wants us to lean on other people, or else He wouldn't have made us need each other. So I think that there are certain people that play certain roles in our life that are good for that role, but not for others. You don't go to your car dealer to get a prescription whenever you're sick. You know what I'm saying? It's under the same, like for me, it just the categories are so far apart. And while yes, it is true that being spiritually sound will help you to get through that trauma, I believe God put therapists and stuff there for a reason to
Well,
utilize, and you can't just rely
see.
on your own
All
understanding
right,
of this.
let's leave the religion alone, please.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we have
Okay.
to.
Let's break away from it.
I started. I'm sorry, Eddie.
It's all right. Let's break away from it.
Yeah,
Um,
I just
I
have a
have
problem
my
with
reasons.
medication. I don't even take an aspirin unless I'm dying.
I don't take
So
medication at all, except the ones that I need.
yeah,
So I'll share your story. Okay. Well, I'm going to go in detail with it while we're here. Okay.
go ahead.
So younger growing up, there was a person in chat that asked me a couple of days ago. All right, this is going to get personal, so be prepared. Um, there was a person that asked me when I was a child, did I have violent outbursts? Yes, I was a very angry, angry, I mean, angry child growing up. When you, I used to run away from home and hide in the dumpster because of my stepfather. I would hide because that was the last place they would look because of the trauma I went through. So as I got older, my mom tried to discipline me and it didn't work. You weren't disciplining me. After the everything I went through younger, had my life threatened at 8 years old by my stepdad. No, not happening. You're not putting your hands on me. No. I was a very angry child. But then I met my godparents. My godparents entered my life and they brought discipline into my life. And I still talk to them to this day.
Hmm.
I honestly think if it wasn't for my godparents, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I'd probably be somewhere else and not a free man. Because my mom couldn't handle me. I was a bad, bad kid. But my godparents, they got me into the right direction. And as I got older, I asked my mom for forgiveness for everything I ever did to her. And she forgave me. For a long time, I blamed her for everything that happened to me as a child, and it wasn't all her fault. When I was S8, she didn't even know that because I didn't tell her nothing. I felt ashamed. And then one day, after I got out of the mental hospital, I told her what happened. And like she didn't know how to handle it because she didn't know what I went through. So, yeah, now me and my mom have an excellent relationship.
That's awesome.
Yep, she's 76 years old and she lives with me. So if I get with any female, they have to put up with the fact that I take care of my mother.
Oh,
They're going to have to accept the fact that I take care of my mother.
If I wasn't 76 years old, I'd take you in, Eddie.
If I wasn't married, Eddie, I'd chase you down.
Well, I'm married too. Absolutely. But see, Eddie, my situation is the total opposite of yours. I had a stepmother that was abusive. I had a father that I loved so much. And my mom died when I was 8. I may have told you this before.
Yeah.
And so I loved my dad so much that I wouldn't interfere with their marriage. I let her beat me. I let her do what she did to me. And I took all my anger out on her, which she deserved. And the day that she died, my whole family called me and said, she's dying. And I said, did she ask for me to come to her side? And she didn't. So I didn't go there. And a lot of my stepbrothers and sisters shunned me for that because that was their mother. But it was the thing. It was like, did she ask for me? Because I wanted forgiveness. I wanted forgiveness so bad. And when I went to her funeral, I stood at her casket and I said, why didn't you apologize to me? Why didn't you tell me that you did wrong? And I was so heartbroken and I was so hurt. And she was the one it was her father that did this to me, the ESA. And she didn't help me. But my father was so busy working and raising 11 kids that I didn't want to bother him. So mine's a lot different than yours. It was kind of opposite of what you have. But I mean, my dad passed away 4 years ago, and he still doesn't know what happened, that she beat me and all those things. I never told him. I couldn't. He loved her. He was newly married. I was the child and she was the adult. And how did I get into the adult stage when she was a child? Sometimes I can't figure that out. How did that happen? Why did I have to be the adult?
I think maybe your mother might have, and I'm not saying this as a fact, but maybe your mom went through some of the same stuff you
Oh,
did
I
by her
agree. Yep.
own
I
father,
think,
and maybe she
yep.
couldn't deal with that. And her,
No, I
and
100% agree. My sisters and I talk about that. She was sexually abused also, and she
We got to
couldn't
say
face it. Oh,
SA.
excuse me.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all
She
right.
was also and couldn't face it. No,
Yeah.
no, we talk about that now to this day about it. Yeah. If it wasn't for my sisters, I don't know how I would have survived this because I had 2 sisters, a brother, and then I had 5 stepbrothers and sisters, you know, after my dad remarried. And then we had twins. So there was 11 of us. And my dad was so busy raising kids that I guess he never put that all together, but I had the love of my dad. I mean, I'm not going to say he may have known, but I don't know, But anyway, that's beside the point. I was just going to say my case is kind of the opposite to where I had my dad's love and my stepmom was horrible. I mean, just absolutely horrible.
And that's a pattern, and I've seen a whole lot. I guess I was fortunate in that respect because all of my abuse come from being in the system, being a ward of the state in foster care and stuff like that.
Oh, Regina, I'm so
So
sorry.
I didn't have family members that hurt me. I had strangers that hurt me. Um, and I was fortunate enough, I was adopted when I was 12, but my biological mother's grandparents finally got us out of the system and stuff, and they adopted all 5 of us. And we were fortunate enough to have that love and understanding later after all of the trauma and get the help that we needed from all of the trauma, because I'm not so sure that, like, now I'm not sure if I hadn't gotten the help I needed and been put in a better environment that I wouldn't have ended up being, a person that hurt other people. Like, just I could see, because whenever you don't get the help that you need, your problems affect everyone around you. And I know that firsthand. Like the rage I had when I was younger, when I first come out of that whole situation, you know what I mean? The rage, the anger and stuff. But I don't have that rage and that anger anymore. Now I'm just to the point where whenever I'm in a situation that feels similar at all, like my heckles go up, I guess you could say, and I'm hyper aware of my surroundings and stuff, and I'm watching for something bad to happen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but I kind of, Regina, I love you. You know that. But I
Yeah.
kind of disagree with one thing you said. Whenever you don't get the help, because I didn't get help, but I have a daughter, and I wanted a daughter so bad, so I could have that motherly love that I never
Hmm.
had because my mom died when I was 8. And I put all my
Right.
love into her, and she is the most wonderful person in this world. She's a good mother. She's raised 2 children from adoption through Child and Family Services, and she has
Hmm.
a heart of gold. And I raised her to be a strong woman because I had to be strong in my life. Sometimes it turns different. Sometimes it's not always that way. I guess it just depends on how I don't know how it turned out that way. I'm just blessed it did because I I was divorced and a single mom for 27 years and raised her for 27 years on my own with no child support or anything, and we did it. And she always tells me today, "You're my mom, you're my dad." And she
Oh.
respects me so much. And not that I'm this wonderful person. I'm just saying sometimes it turns out different. I never got help for what I had to go through, but I wanted to put all my all into raising a daughter so that I could have that mother daughter love that I never had.
with
and
your mother.
I got it. Yeah. I mean, not my mother, my stepmother. My mother loved me, but I was 8 when she died, so it
Right.
wasn't. But I never got a motherly love after that, so I wanted to have a daughter so bad that I could have that mother-daughter relationship, and I have it. I mean, I have the most wonderful daughter in the whole world.
And you know,
I
I think that's part of the reason Eddie wants to get into the psychology of people that do choose the downward spiral versus
hmm
the build something out of it and do better for someone else.
Yeah, I mean, everybody is different in how they cope with their situations. And Eddie, that would be good for you to analyze. I
Yeah.
mean, how did I
I
do this?
I think I'm gonna
And
do
it's
pre-recorded videos. I
yeah.
think I'm gonna do pre-recorded videos.
hmm
I wanna work on that so I can do like a PowerPoint presentation.
Right,
It's gonna take time to do it
right.
because it's gonna be a lot of editing. So, but there's a birthday person in chat,
Oh, we have a
Banana
birthday.
Fresh.
Happy
So I gotta
birthday,
sing.
Banana.
I gotta sing Happy Birthday to Banana Fresh.
Oh, you're gonna sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to
to you.
you.
Happy birthday, Banana Fresh 1971. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, and
Aw,
many more.
with a dinosaur watching Channel 24.
Well, she said May 2nd. Everybody was saying happy birthday to you. And it's not till May 2nd. Well, I'm going to have to sing it again. May
Oh
2nd.
man. Okay, well I have one May 8th.
Well,
Well, if
I'm
you're
I'm
just
here,
coming
I'll
up
happy we
sing it
just
got
so
to
a.
you
you.
can see me. No, you don't
I'm
have to
just
sing it
happy.
to me now. I'm coming back on May
Yeah.
8th.
I'm just happy we got a serenade.
No, Eddie, that actually would be a good thing for you to analyze. How some people can go through life and put it back together without mental health, and some need mental health. You know, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that every day is a perfect day, but I don't know how I got so strong in my life. I don't know how it happened. I really don't. And I'm not boosting myself. I'm just saying it just happened. It's just like
So-
one day,
some people have it in them, some people don't.
yeah, and that would be good for you to do, you know, your live on one day because I don't, like I said, I don't believe in medication. I take a thyroid pill because I lost my thyroid to cancer, so I have to take it, but that's all I take, and my vitamins. And
See,
to
I
take,
don't ever tell people to take it.
no, I'm not saying
Okay.
that. Yeah, I'm just saying it's just me. I don't
Yeah.
want to, and
B
I'm not gonna
Frank
say
said you got B Frank said you got strong when you became a mama.
absolutely, because that's what I wanted. I
You
wanted to
know
be a
what?
mom so I could put that motherly love out there that I didn't have. And
I
you're right.
completely I completely agree with that because it was my children that I found my strength in to carry
Mhm.
on and want to do better and be better for them. Like my children are what gave me that look. It ain't about you no more. It's about them.
Mhm.
And that was my aha moment of, you know, and if it weren't for my children, I know I wouldn't be here today. So I guess, yeah, I could see that, Nana, your daughter being your strength and keeping. But for me, for a long time, until I had my children, I still had that rage and anger and fear, and I could not let it go. And oh God,
You're your situation could have been different than mine because I never had rage or anger. I just had the strength to say, as soon as I turn 18, I'm gonna get out on my own. I'm gonna go away. I'm gonna get away from this. I'm getting out
I,
of this. And the
I wasn't.
day I turned 18, I left. I was gone, and I never went back. I mean, I went back to
Man,
visit, but I never went back to live.
I didn't turn my rage on other people. I turned it inward, and I
Hmm.
hurt myself
Oh, Regina.
for the longest time. And my children are my strength because they are what drive me.
Good night, Joan.
If that makes sense, they're what they drive
Hmm.
me. Like they're my reason. And I wouldn't be here without them because I wasn't that person that attacked other people and stuff.
Hmm.
I hurt myself.
Oh, Regina.
And my children finally made me feel like I was worth something more. Oh, I don't want to cry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
But
don't
my
cry.
children were what made me feel like I was worth something more than what the world had made me finally, if that makes sense.
And that was because you could give that nurture to someone else that was inside of you that you needed to give. Absolutely. Yep. And that's what I don't understand about, all these children that are missing. It's like, how could you not love your children? How can you not give them everything that you got? And what we went through, how could people give us up, and shun us? Doesn't make sense. Eddie, you're being quiet.
Good night, Kathy. Well, I was just letting you ladies talk, having a conversation.
Are we losing your people? You're saying goodnight to everybody.
Yeah, everybody's saying good night.
Oh, it is 3:31. I need to go to bed because I got to go get up and go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, I just wanted to come live because, there's a lot of people that come in here after Brittany goes live and they come in, get their wine down, but
Oh, Regina, you and I kind of took over here. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
you're good, Regina. It happens to the best of us.
Well, sometimes you just get off on these topics and you can't stop,
Yep,
All right, I'm going to step down. I love you guys because I got to go to
yep.
work tomorrow. Thank you so much.
You have a
Love
good night.
you. Good night.
I didn't mean to cry, Eddie. I'm sorry. And I didn't mean to get off on a tangent with Nate. I apologize.
You're good. You're good. If I had a problem, I would have interjected a long time ago, and then I would have got called an ass.
I wouldn't have thought of you that way.
No, but trust me. I've interrupted somebody during a piano before, and I got called out for it.
Okay, Eddie.
Yeah.
I've been dying to ask you this all day. My daughter got me with this one earlier and I was impressed. I got a riddle for you.
Okay.
What has oceans but no water and cities with no people?
What has oceans but no water and cities with no people? What has oceans with no water and cities with no people? The lake? I don't know. The desert?
Nope. A map.
What's that? A bath?
A map.
A map? Yes, a map. A map.
Yep.
A map. Yes, a
Yep.
map has oceans with no water and cities
And
with no
cities with no
people.
people. Yep.
A map.
A map. Yep.
I wouldn't have thought of that. That's a good one.
Yeah, my daughter totally got me and my sister with that one today. It was good. We were sitting there like for 15 minutes racking our brains.
Yes. I almost said Atlantis. But there's
It's got plenty of ocean, from what I understand. It disappeared beneath the waves.
Write that down. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to ask the people that question. Oh, you
Yeah.
think you're smart? Okay. What has an ocean with no water, and what has a city with no people?
Yep.
That is a good one.
I tell you what, she stumped that. Look, we were looking like total idiots. Total idiots. I'm sitting there thinking, what in the world? It's just. And then she was like, Mom, it's a map. And I'm like, oh my goodness, it is, isn't it? you know? So,
Sucked in like a lemon, then. Willow.
so
So,
all right, well, Eddie, I'm gonna get down off here and let you get to bed because I know you're working tomorrow, right?
no. I'm
No.
taking tomorrow night off because I have my appointment Thursday.
Oh yeah, your appointment on your ankle, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So you guys
Well,
won't see me until Thursday.
okay. All right.
I
Well,
won't be live
that
tonight
way.
or tomorrow morning because of my appointment Thursday.
Okay. So good. You won't be around tomorrow for me to snickerdoodle about you in my live tomorrow. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh, you're gonna be live
But,
tomorrow evening, right? So I'll be around. It's
but
like I won't be on panel or anything like that. I'm gonna be
well, you're
relaxing.
always welcome if you want to, but even if I'm live tomorrow, shoot me a message in Discord and let me know how your appointment went, brother.
All right.
All right. I love you bunches.
Love you
Good night,
too.
you guys. I'm sorry I cried on your panel, Eddie. I
You're
didn't mean
good.
to.
It's all right, Regina. It happens. It
Good night, you
happens.
guys.
Good
Love you,
night.
Eddie.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, it is Banana Fresh because I won't be live until because you don't catch my nighttime live. You catch my morning live. Yes. So, but thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate you guys being here. I need some topics that we can make these night lives more entertaining. We gotta get it more entertaining. Some suggestions. So leave a comment underneath the video when the live's over. All right, everybody. Remember, the 3rd. If you're not a member, make sure you join soon because on the 3rd is a members only live and it's trivia night. 30 questions and there's a winner. And it's not a chicken dinner. Okay? Just making sure. I like doing humor at this time of night. And it doesn't always happen. I apologize. But I'm glad you guys were entertained. Okay? But on the 3rd, which is Friday. That Friday? Yeah, because today's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, Friday the 3rd. Be prepared. There will be a members only live trivia. So if you'd like to join, be my guest. And there's a prize for the winner. It could be a chicken dinner. Who knows? All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. All Things Serious is out, my friends.